We have learned more about the mysterious flying objects that were shot down. And one Black Vietnam veteran is finally getting his Medal of Honor. This is The 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Jeff Pierre. It's Tuesday, February 14th, better known as the Day of Love. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. We're starting today with some heavy news. 3 people were killed and 5 people were injured in a shooting at Michigan State University. A gunman attacked the campus in East Lansing last night. There was a manhunt that shut the university down, and the gunman was later found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Michigan State University police say the 43-year-old shooter had no affiliation with the university and that his motive remains unclear. We don't know the names or details about the victims yet. You can follow live updates at WashingtonPost.com. We have learned more about the mysterious flying objects shot down by the U.S. That is story number 2. The U.S. downed 3 objects in U.S. and Canadian airspace since Friday. It also shot down a Chinese spy balloon earlier this month. The White House said yesterday that these objects were smaller than the first balloon. They also said they lacked communication signals and had no ability to maneuver themselves. White House spokesman John Kirby said one of the reasons the U.S. is spotting more of these is simply because we're looking for them.
So if you do that, anybody that's operated a radar will know you can set the parameters. And if you set the parameters in such a way that to look for a certain something, it's more likely that you're going to find a certain something.
So what are they? We still don't know. Officials are trying to recover them for inspection. Number 3, prices probably rose more slowly again last month. Data being released this morning is expected to show that prices rose roughly 6.2% in January compared to the year before. That's down from 6.5% in December. This is good news because this would be the 7th straight month of slowing inflation. But even these lower rates are still well above normal. Number 4, the school shooting in Parkland, Florida was 5 years ago today. You might remember what happened that day. A former student at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shot and killed 17 people and injured 17 more. It was a moment that shocked the nation, and it inspired a movement. Students from around the country began speaking out against gun violence and created the March for Our Lives movement. The Post started tracking shootings after Parkland, and they haven't stopped. Gun violence soared during the pandemic, and 2022 was the worst year of school shootings in history. Number 5, teen girls are experiencing record levels of violence and trauma. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released research about this yesterday. It shows increases in rape and sexual violence against teen girls. They're also feeling high levels of sadness or hopelessness. So what's driving this? Experts say that there are probably many causes that vary by race, ethnicity, class, culture, and access to mental health resources. Here's number 6. A Black Vietnam War veteran is finally getting his Medal of Honor. Retired U.S. Army Colonel Paris Davis was first nominated for the military's highest honor in 1965, but the paperwork went missing. His commander resubmitted the paperwork, but it was lost again. He spoke to CBS News last year. Davis said then that he knew his race was a factor. Now, the White House announced yesterday that his wait was over. His service, including a heroic battlefield rescue of his entire team, will be celebrated at a future ceremony. And at number 7, an asteroid put on a colorful show over France and England yesterday. What people saw was the space rock burning up as it entered Earth's atmosphere. It blazed with a bright green trail before lighting up the night sky with flashes of orange. Here's footage of the show from a man in France named Aurélien Decleux.
Au-dessus de moi. Waouh. Waouh, 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 waouh. Waouh, c'était incroyable. Ça a duré très peu de temps et je l'ai mal filmé, mais waouh, incroyable.
That's incredible, he's saying, for those of you who don't speak French. Scientists are excited because this is just the 7th time we've been able to forecast an asteroid strike ahead of time, marking another step in our ability to detect them. And just like that, you are all caught up. I'm Jeff Pierre. It's Valentine's Day. And if you're thinking about a way to show this podcast some love, don't send us flowers. Send us a review or a rating on either Spotify or Apple. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.